Nickelodeon is an American paid television channel which launched on April 1st, 1979 as the first cable channel for children. Throughout the years, they had many successful TV shows such as SpongeBob, Icarly, Zoey 101, and many more. With many shows comes with many people working for Nickelodeon, which handful of these Nickelodeon employees have committed heinous crimes that ruined their careers. In today's video, we talk about Nickelodeon stars who ruined their careers. Welcome back to another video. Beanie for Fun is making a comeback again for the winter season. Have we even entered the winter season? I mean, it's cold now, so might as well. But before this video starts, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok because I really want to start making some exclusive short form content that isn't just clipped from my long form content. And yeah, I've heard some of your guys' feedback. Short form content is brain dead, and I agree with you guys, but all I'm gonna say is that my short form content is gonna be good. Like, I saw a little teaser that my editor made and oh my god, dude, this is some fire short form content, dude. Screw the Charlie D'Amelio, screw the Addison Rays, my short form content, bro. Ooh, it's gonna be up there. I should just stop yapping and get into this video. Emma Roberts. Emma Rose Roberts is an American actress known for her work in film and television, projects of the horror and thriller genres. She has received various accolades, including a Young Artist Award, an MTV Movie and TV Award, and a Show West Award. And she will be the most famous person that I talk about for this video since she has over 20 million Instagram followers. In 2004, she began starring as the lead character Addie Singer in the Nickelodeon sitcom Unfabulous, which debuted in September of that year. The sitcom earned Roberts several Teen Choice Awards and Young Artist Award nominations. The series focused on a 7th grader Addie and her two best friends. Emma Roberts faced a domestic violence charge in Canada following a physical altercation with her actor boyfriend that led to his bloody nose. TMZ reported the incident, stating that Roberts, 22 at the time, was taken into custody on July 7, 2013 in Montreal after an alleged fight with Evan Peters, a star of American Horror Story. According to anonymous sources cited by TMZ, someone called the police to report a disturbance in a hotel room. Upon arriving, law enforcement found Peters with a bloody nose and reportedly a bite mark. Roberts was promptly arrested due to the visible injuries on Peters, although sources close to her denied any involvement in biting him. Twitter, where fans had recently praised Roberts' appearance as a blonde, reacted with shock as TMZ and other gossip tweeters reported the arrest. However, in an update on July 17, Roberts and Peters released a statement to US Weekly calling the incident an unfortunate incident and a misunderstanding. Roberts was released after questioning, and the couple expressed their commitment to moving past the incident, stating that they were working together to do so. Evan Peters chose not to press any charges against Emma, leading to Emma's release. So, did this end Emma Roberts' career? Absolutely not. She bounced back better than ever, but I did find this case very interesting, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And I had no idea that Emma Roberts was in a Nickelodeon show in 2004, so you learn something new each day. Cody Longo. Cody A. Longo, an American actor and musician from Denver, Colorado, gained recognition for his role as Eddie Duran in the Nickelodeon series Hollywood Heights. In 2012, he ventured into music with the release of his debut single, making the initiation of his solo music career. In 2013, Cody was drunk driving in LA. Cops say he was flashing other drivers with his high beams. He was driving in Hollywood around 2:30 a.m. on June 6, 2013, which was on my birthday. Longo drove aggressively, tailgating and flashing high beams. When stopped by the police, he allegedly smelled of alcohol and failed sobriety tests, with blood alcohol levels measuring between 0.19 and 0.20, more than twice the legal limit. Longo was arrested, booked, and later released after posting a $15,000 bail. Sadly for Cody, his legal troubles would have gotten worse throughout the years. Legal complications arose when Longo faced a legal ordeal involving a misdemeanor assault charge in Colorado. The charge, to which he pleaded guilty on January 14, stemmed from an incident with a 9-year-old girl in 2019. Notably, this plea led to the dismissal of a more severe felony SA charge initially filed against him. Longo's arrest took place a year prior to his guilty plea, with the initial charge being a Class 4 felony for SA on a child. As per court records from Douglas County, Colorado, the incident in question occurred in July 2019. Sentencing for the misdemeanor third-degree assault charge was deferred for 18 months, carrying the potential for a jail term of up to 2 years and fines reaching $5,000. The specific Colorado statute to which Longo pleaded guilty outlines third-degree assault as knowingly and recklessly causing bodily injury to another person or causing bodily injury to another person through criminal negligence using a deadly weapon. His lawyer, Iris Eaton of Denver, Colorado, had previously asserted Longo's innocence, citing overwhelming evidence that disproved the allegations. However, Longo ultimately took a plea bargain, not admitting guilt to the original charge, but accepting a deferred judgment for a misdemeanor simple assault. This plea, according to his lawyer, will be expunged from his record in 18 months, constituting a slow dismissal rather than a conviction. The lawyer emphasized that this plea does not have any connection to SA. In addition to these legal troubles, Longo faced another arrest on November 7 for domestic assault, and this charge being resulted from an allegation that he shoved his wife in the face with his forearm. On February 8th of this year, Cody would pass away from a chronic ethanol abuse. Ryan Rotman. Ryan Rotman is an American actor. He is known for his role as Joey Colvin on the teen Nick series Gigantic. He also dated Nickelodeon star Victoria Justice. On July 7th, 2011, actor Ryan Rotman faced legal trouble in Hollywood as he was arrested for driving under the influence. The 27-year-old caught the attention of law enforcement when he was seen driving over a curb, leading to his arrest. According to E! Online, Rotman underwent a field sobriety test, during which he reportedly failed. Officers noted the presence of alcohol in his vehicle, and a subsequent blood alcohol content measurement revealed a level of 0.19, exceeding California legal limits by more than double. Following his arrest, Rotman was taken to Bynes jail, where he was officially booked. However, he was released a few hours later post-bail, as reported by E! Online. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Laura Bynes is an American actress. She is known for her work in television and film throughout the 1990s and 2000s. Amanda began her career as a child actress, appearing on the Nickelodeon sketch comedy series All That and the spin-off series The Amanda Show. From the looks of it, her career seemed extremely promising, since her characters were extremely likable and would always stay out of trouble, which would later change once she started to experiment with Adderall in 2007. Once she was hooked, it was harder for her to get bigger roles since she would always be high on set. Because of this, she got some type of body dysmorphia because she started to dislike her appearance, making her pull out of the film The Hall Pass. After she left the film, she would star in one last big movie called Easy A, but in a screening for that movie, she would say, "I literally couldn't stand my appearance in that movie and I didn't like my performance. I was absolutely convinced I needed to stop acting after seeing it." So at the age of 24, Amanda officially retired in 2010. She made enough money for the rest of her life, and honestly that's good, since she had a net worth of $6 million, meaning that the rest of her life should be stress-free. However, the opposite happened. Since she was developing a substance addiction and was going to have all of this free time since she has retired, that only made things worse since the only thing she would do is get high. She's even stated saying that she had no purpose and had so much time on her hands that she'll only wake and bake and be high all day. She would also say that her getting more into the addiction made it a very dark, sad world for her. Amanda would also start going to nightclubs that finally led to her inevitable arrest. In March of 2012, Bynes faced a traffic incident where she was stopped for allegedly using her cell phone while driving. Allegedly, she left the scene before the officer could complete her ticket. There was no immediate arrest, and she reportedly visited the police station later that day. On April 4th, 2012, Bynes encountered legal trouble when she was arrested for drinking under the influence. The 26-year-old actress was reportedly pulled over in West Hollywood around 3 a.m. in her BMW and accidentally colliding with it. Amanda is said to have refused both a breathalyzer and drug test at the scene of the accident, which led to her arrest. She was released from jail at 10:30 a.m. after posting bail set at $5,000. On June 5th, 2012, Amanda Bynes faced charges of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs related to her April arrest. Following the hearing, Bynes took to Twitter addressing a tweet to Barack Obama, denying any drinking and pleading for the dismissal of the arresting officer, claiming innocence in both the DUI and hit-and-run incident. And in case you're curious, Barack Obama never replied to her on Twitter. The next day, June 6, 2012, my birthday again, Bynes pleaded not guilty to the DUI charge. She did not appear in Beverly Hills Superior Court, but had her attorney represent her. The potential consequences included a maximum of 6 months in jail. On August 4th, 2012, Bynes was allegedly involved in a rear-end collision on Ventura Boulevard in LA, causing $800 in damages. According to the other driver, Bynes left the scene without exchanging insurance information or involving the police. Bynes argued that both parties agreed on minimal damage. On September 4th, 2012, Bynes faced hit-and-run charges for the April and August incidents. On September 6, 2012, a city attorney's spokesperson revealed to the Los Angeles Times that Bynes could potentially face up to a year in jail for the 2 hit-and-run accidents. On the same day, the California Department of Motor Vehicles suspended Bynes' driver's license. On September 16, 2012, Bynes' black BMW was impounded after she was pulled over and cited for driving with a suspended license. Subsequently, on September 21, 2012, Bynes faced an additional charge of driving on a suspended license. On September 27, 2012, she pled not guilty to the 2 counts of hit and run and was scheduled to return to court on October 19, with potential conviction carrying up to a year in jail. Over the next few years, Amanda would just be caught doing weird things such as dancing on a treadmill, walking in New York without shoes, and dumping gasoline on a stranger's lawn and setting it on fire. She would then of course go to a mental hospital and later attend rehab. After getting out, she decided to go to fashion school. From the looks of it, it seemed that Amanda Bynes was getting her life back together. Well, not exactly, because 5 months later, she got arrested again for a DUI and would get kicked out of school. She would of course do more weird things, such as dating a 19-year-old when she was 26 and wanting to get a tattoo of his face onto hers, but luckily the tattoo artist didn't do it. Luckily, she got cleaned and got more help and got sober for 4 years. 6 months after graduating from fashion school, Amanda was at rehab once again and got a face tattoo and got engaged with her new boyfriend that she met in rehab. They got engaged after only 8 weeks of dating. Currently in 2023, it is still rough for her as she was caught walking the streets of LA naked. And she was put into a psychiatric facility, and once she got out, she felt very sad and isolated that led to her being put back into the psychiatric facility. Now she seems to be trying to make an effort to get her life back together, as she is now getting her face tattoo removed. Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider isn't technically a star, but he is responsible for creating many Nickelodeon stars, such as Jamie Lynn Spears, Miranda Cosgrove, Jeanette McCurdy, Josh Peck, Ariana Grande, and many more. In case you do not know who Dan Schneider is, he is the creator of the most popular hit Nickelodeon TV shows, such as Icarly, Zoey 101, Victorious, All That, Drake and Josh, just to name a few. Dan was one of the most respected people at Nickelodeon, but looking deeper into his shows, you can see a common theme. It seems that in every show, and even in almost every episode, the characters talk about feet. They don't just talk about feet because the characters show their feet in a sexual manner. Keep in mind that Dan is an old dude writing about a teenage Ariana Grande putting her toes into her mouth. This is not the only creepy instance where feet are sexualized in a kid's show, because there are multiple instances of this. Feet was so big in Dan Schneider's shows that a foot became a temporary logo for Nickelodeon. It's obvious that Dan Schneider has something for feet, and honestly it's whatever. But what is not okay is using your shows to satisfy your fetish, especially when it comes to child stars. I'll admit, some foot jokes are funny for kids, and some foot scenes in Dan's shows are innocent and are something that you'll see in other shows. But man, there's just way too many creepy foot scenes in his shows that you can't even use the excuse of a silly foot joke anymore. People can still argue saying that this is just a joke and that Dan is not a creep during the production of the shows, but what if I told you that Dan gets a bit handsy off set? You can find so many photos of Dan with child stars of him getting a little too close. Another disturbing thing that Dan Schneider did was that on the official Sam and Cat Twitter page on September 13, 2013, he would tweet out this: "Sam and Cat tomorrow. Right on the bottom of your foot, take a pic and use the hashtag Sam and Cat Saturdays. We'll retweet and follow until our fingers get sore." Dan Schneider, the creator of Sam and Cat, is asking people on Twitter to send feet pics. There's no way that someone above the age of 16 are watching Sam and Cat. Dan or someone at Nickelodeon are asking kids for feet pics, and that is just very disturbing. What's more disturbing is how close he got to the child stars. I know I already mentioned this, and I don't want to repeat myself, but he got so close to them that when Zoey 101 star Jamie Lynn Spears got pregnant at the age of 15, there was a big rumor saying that Dan was the father. Till this day, we do not know who the father is, and many people do believe that it's Dan, but the most obvious guess on who the father is most likely Casey Aldridge, who was Jamie's boyfriend in 2008. Due to this teenage pregnancy, the Zoey 101 show got cancelled. In March of 2018, Nickelodeon cut ties with Dan Schneider following accusations of abusive conduct towards staff members on set. Reports also highlighted tweets where he showcased the feet of young actresses that he collaborated with. Sparking concerns, social media users compiled scenes from his shows, emphasizing instances featuring bare feet, suggesting it as proof of an alleged inappropriate foot fetish. Schneider dismissed these claims as absurd, asserting that the comedic elements involving feet in his work were entirely innocent, explaining that children find feet goofy and funny. So Dan did speak out about this, saying that it's an innocent joke, but there's actually a pretty big conspiracy theory. Allegedly, Nickelodeon did not cut ties with him because of these accusations. It was because he simply fell off. Blame It on Jorge made an excellent point on his Dan Schneider video by talking about the show's ratings. The Icarly pilot episode got 4.1 million views, their most viewed episode got 11.2 million views, and their least viewed episode got 2.4 million views. The Victorious pilot episode got 5.7 million views, their most viewed episode got 6.1 million views, and their least viewed episode only got 2.39 million views. Henry Danger's pilot episode got 1.94 million views, their most viewed episode got 3.16 million views, and their least viewed episode only got 1.05 million views. Game Shaker's pilot episode got 1.98 million views, their most viewed episode was the pilot episode, and finally their least viewed episode only got 520,000 views. Yikes. From this statistic, it seems that Dan's shows did fall off, causing Nickelodeon to cut ties with him, not because of the accusations. So, is Dan Schneider a criminal? Well, for legal reasons, he's technically not, and nobody has pressed legal actions towards him. But what I can say about him is that he is an extremely weird individual and he should be held accountable. Even though Dan isn't technically a criminal, that doesn't mean that Nick hasn't hired criminals before. Let me introduce you to the Nickelodeon Creep Club. Of course, we got Dan Schneider, who has a foot fetish, has many unconfirmed reports of inappropriate behavior, and is surrounded by silence. We got Azeel Channel, who worked at Nickelodeon and was convicted of molesting a child while at Nickelodeon. We also got Brian Peck, who worked on All That and ran Comedy Boot Camp with Dan Schneider, and is convicting of R-wording a child on a Nickelodeon set. Can't forget about Marty Weiss, who was a former manager scout, and his clients worked on several shows like Icarly, and is convicted of R-wording a client. Finally, we have Jason M. Handy, who was a production assistant on All That and The Amanda Show, and is also a convicted P-word. Nickelodeon certainly has a history of working with real-life criminals. And of course, we got Dan Schneider, who is an extreme weirdo, and is just a creep as well. Matthew Underwood. Matt Underwood is an actor who played Logan Reese, who's a side character in the hit TV series Zoey 101, and would even reprise his role as Logan on the Zoey 101 spin-off titled Zoey 102, Back in 2012, when he was 22 years old, Underwood was found in a bedroom with a 17-year-old girl in Port St. Lucie when law enforcement arrived. During their investigation, authorities discovered marijuana and related paraphernalia at the scene. Subsequently, Underwood was arrested on charges of marijuana possession and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Following his arrest, he was taken to a nearby jail where he underwent the booking process before being released. Matt got arrested again at a hookah lounge that he co-owns in Florida. Matt faced legal troubles when officers arrived at the establishment around 3 a.m. to detain him for violating probation. These violations were tied to charges stemming from an incident involving the minor. Matt's offenses including failing a substance test, not fulfilling a court-ordered survivor impact panel, neglecting to complete a required substance program, defaulting on court fees, and failing to make payments to his probation officer. The probation officer, who was only paid $5 by the way, recommended to the judge a 180-day prison sentence for Matt. Matt's recent project was Zoey 102, and it seems that Matt has bounced back, which is very shocking to me. I assume that he's reformed though, but either way, what he did was extremely disgusting. Ricardo Medina Jr. Ricardo Medina Jr. is a former American actor. He is best known for his role as Cole Evans, the Red Wild Force Ranger on the TV series Power Rangers Wild Force, and later as Decker, the half-human cursed Nightlock in Power Rangers Samurai. Power Ranger Wild Force was aired on Fox Kids, while Power Rangers Samurai was aired on Nickelodeon. On January 31st, 2015 in Green Valley, 38-year-old Ricardo Medina fatally stabbed his 36-year-old roommate, Joshua Sutter, with a sword following a dispute over Medina's girlfriend. The altercation, which began as a verbal argument, escalated into physical confrontation at their shared residence. Sutter pursued Medina and his girlfriend into their bedroom, forcibly entering the room, where Medina, in an act he claimed was self-defense, inflicted 10 stab wounds with a sword that he kept in his bedroom. Initially, Medina was arrested, but he was released when the district attorney's office opted not to press charges. However, subsequent investigations led to the murder charges being filed against him in January 2016. Medina eventually pleaded guilty to one felony count of voluntary manslaughter and admitted to using a sword in the commission of the crime. Rachel Kennedy, the sister of the deceased, spent over 2 years seeking justice for her brother. Her persistence was rewarded when Medina entered a guilty plea. Sandra Vasquez, a close friend of Sutter and Kennedy, described the development as the beginning of a new chapter rather than closure. Both Kennedy and Vasquez expressed satisfaction in the outcome, attributing to Kennedy's unwavering pursuit of justice. Medina now faces a 6-year sentence in state prison, with the sentencing scheduled for March 30th, 2017, as confirmed by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. So if he was locked up in 2017 for 6 years, that means he would get out in 2023. But after doing more research, it seems that Medina was released early back in 2020, so he didn't finish his full sentence. And that is the end of Nickelodeon stars who ruined their career. Thank you guys for watching this video, it really does mean a lot to me. Make sure to check me out on Twitter and Instagram, and even TikTok, because I will be doing short form content soon. And by the way, my short form content is going to be the best on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, because I'm going to take over all the platforms. And also, if you like this video, of course, like and subscribe. I don't think I've ever said subscribe to the channel in a long time. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's been a while since I've told you guys to subscribe to the channel, so subscribe if you guys want. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys.